Back, guys. So we're going to continue on our JPanel video. As you guys remember, where we left off was we just kind of created this GUI or JPanel, and right now it doesn't really do anything. So no matter what I type, nothing really happens, right? So we're going to actually want to go ahead and add actions to our buttons and read the values from our text field that we created. So let's go ahead and let's get started. So as you know, this is the first method or function that we created, which kind of creates our little GUI. So we'll kind of leave that there. Now after this one, we're going to go ahead and we're going to start kind of making our next function. Now this function, I'm just going to call it kind of like a button master, because its main purpose is going to be kind of reading in the actions from the buttons and then doing calculations based on what we enter. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get started here. So we're going to do a public. Once again, just leave it static just to make life easy. Button master, right? So we don't really need to feed any parameters because since all of our values on top are static, our function or method can directly access them. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to start filling this up. So we are going to start with adding a action listener. So we're going to do button add dot. We're going to, oh my god, okay. My computer just slowed down a little bit. Okay, there we go. Add action listener. And it's going to be a new action listener, like so. Hey, I wasn't done yet. Okay, there we go. All right. Now, the new action listener is going to basically contain, it requires a mandatory method in here. So if I click this, I can add the unimplemented method. So I'm just going to make life easy and click that. And that's the method, action performed. Okay, let me just get rid of this junk here. Okay, whatever. All right, so we have our action performed method here. Now, the action performed method is what contains like what's going to happen, right? Like, so we created an action listener which listens to our button click. So whenever we click the add button, it's going to perform some action, whatever I do in here. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to set the results of our text fields. Now I'm not going to do any kind of verification on what was entered into the field because this is just a basic tutorial or so. So we're going to assume that you're always going to enter the correct value in there. So we're going to do results equals integer dot parse int. Now the reason why we're doing this is because remember the text field reads in a string value. So we need to parse it into a integer value. So we're going to go ahead and so this is going to be x value dot get text, right? Plus we're going to do integer dot parse int. We're going to do our y value dot get text. Perfect. All right. So that was pretty simple, right? So we're just adding the two values. All right, and that's pretty much it to get the results. And now we have to print the results to the screen. I'm just going to use the I'm going to use the, what is that? Oh yeah, J option pane dot show message dialog. Now we don't really care about a parent component, but we are going to put the message here, and the message will be our results like so. Now we could technically convert this to a string value, but we don't need to because the message dialog throws out the integer, so that's fine. That works with us, or for us rather. So that's pretty much it for the add button. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to use the power of copy and paste for our other four methods. I'm just going to clean this up a little bit, make some space. Make some space. Okay, there we go. All right, subtract, multiply, divide. All right, so this is going to be button.sub, like so. Instead of a plus, we're going to have a minus. All right, and now this is going to be button.multiply, right? And it's going to multiply here, which is the asterisk. And then finally, we're going to have the division, button.div. Now remember, this is the variables that we created. So if you missed the last portion of this video, these are the variables that we created. So that's where I'm getting those values from. I don't want anybody getting confused. Okay, so here we go. So now we got the division. So I'm going to have the division symbol. There we go. And that's actually pretty much it to kind of get the results in there. So now what comes into play is when do we want to call this function, because it is a function, right? It's not automatically running. So if I run my program, nothing is really calling this thing. So I have two options. Now I could add it into the run, but I don't think I want to do that. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to add it into my first function that I created. I think the J option pane test or JPanel test class. So that way, since that function runs automatically, as soon as that finishes creating the panel, it'll go ahead and it'll create my it'll run the button master. Okay, so it'll be actively listening. So let's go ahead and let's add that in here. So I'm just going to add it in the end here. I'm going to do button master. And remember, we didn't give it any parameters. Since all of our values are static, we don't need any get and set methods and none of that stuff. Just very basic. Alright, so I think I got everything here, guys. So that was pretty much it. I'm going to run it now. Let's give it a test. Let's see what happens. Let's build this. Show me. Oh my god. What's happening? My computer just really slowed down for some reason, guys. So it's running. It's trying to pull. There we go. Took a while. Okay. So 0 plus 0. Add 0. Okay. Easy enough. How about we do 5 plus 5? 10. Okay. That works. Let me move everything to the right a little bit since you can't really see. So we're going to do 2 plus 3. Alright. Nice. Okay. It's working. Alright. Alright. Let's just do. How about we do 2 minus 5? It should be negative 3, right? Yes, negative 3. Wonderful. Alright, how about we do 3 times 5? 15. How about we do 15 divided by 3, which gives us 5. So as you can see, it is working properly. Now this is just integer values, so if I add something like this, it'll probably crash my program because we created the variables to only read integer. Yeah, it crashed. Okay, so we only designed it to read integer values. I'll go ahead and I'll continue on in our next video as to how we can add two things. We're going to work on adding a kind of like an authenticator to make sure a number is entered. And then additionally, we're going to work on also accepting decimal values or float and double variables and stuff like that. So it's going to be quite exciting. And once again, I'm going to be adding a lot more content now. I was gone for a little while. But I am back and I'm ready to do this and help you guys out. If you guys have any questions or anything specific you want to ask, please post it in the comments below. And if you like this video, please don't forget to hit the like button. It just takes a second, and it would be awesome if you guys can subscribe to my channel. And I hope you guys enjoy it. I'll see you guys next time.